What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and today, we will talk about a game I haven't mentioned in a while, and that game is Granblue Fantasy Versus. Personally, I really like this game. I enjoy the characters, it's very fun to play, and I have put a lot of hours. But sadly, with time, I have distanced myself from the game, primarily because of the netcode. It uses delay-based netcode, and I don't feel it's that good, especially when you have other options that have rollback netcode. And trying to find good connection matches randomly is not easy for me due to the time or the hour that I play the game, which is very late. Now, I'm not here to talk about that or the netcode with the game. Instead, I want to talk about the latest DLC character that is coming in December to Granblue Fantasy Versus, and that character is Vira. What the? Now, before I continue, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. I wasn't expecting to talk about Vira until Granblue Fest, but yesterday a lot happened where we got to see the character in action, as there was like a showcase of her, and also the Granblue Fantasy Versus website, or at least the Japanese one, updated and you can now see her move list, which seems to be very interesting. Now, as always, I am just a fan of the game, not a pro player, so please keep that in mind when I talk about the moves. Also, as always, part of the translation and work is done by the famous account Granblue EN. If you play Granblue Fantasy, or if you have been following Granblue Fantasy Versus, you probably know about them. They usually do a lot of translation for both Granblue Fantasy and Granblue Fantasy Versus. So now let's dive into the move list. So Vira's first move is Dark Kane, and it seems to be like this powerful thrust. So apparently the medium and heavy versions follow up the series of sword thrusts that she can do, and it does with like a sweeping finisher if you do the medium or heavy versions, whereas the light version is just like a bunch of sword thrusts. Very interesting, seems to be like an option to like maybe control your opponent, try to push them a bit back. Also, if Vira is transformed, this move changes a bit, which by holding medium and or heavy, you don't do anymore the finishing sweep, instead you dash forward. So a bit of change with her transformation. Next move is Red Barrel Sword, which is her DP basically. And it's very similar to Catalina's, and of course this is an anti-air that is invincible. The medium version can hit you twice, and it's safe on block, while the heavy version fires like this laser. Pretty interesting. Personally, I'm liking a lot this kit. I like characters that have some sort of DP. At least that goes well with my playstyle, especially for this game. The third ability is called Scarlet Oath. It's like an advancing strike, and the medium version does like a hop, and it's a high attack. Her fourth ability is the ability to summon Lumineira. Lumineira can be like a projectile, so she travels different distances depending on the version, and the heavy version has like the ability to home on the opponent, and of course in transformation it changes a bit. Now let's go into her unique actions. So her first unique action is Blade of Light, which when used at a certain distance, she will move forward before attempting to do a throw, and if the throw is successful, Vira transforms, which the transformation seems to be a key to unlock a lot more options and tools for her. Now, because Vira can transform, her abilities change a bit. For example, she gets a second unique, or her unique changes when she transforms. She's able to do like a flash kick and stand on Lumineira on the mid-air. Once in mid-air, she has a lot of options that she can do when you're doing the unique action, or when you're on top of Lumineira. You can do like a falling strike, or you can dash, which you can do like a maximum of 3 dashes in the air. You can jump back, you can descend. Like, she does have like 5 different options, and it's really insane. the tools and what you are capable of doing with her. Then we go to her Skybound arts and Super Skybound arts, which she has 2 for both. Her first Skybound art is Lumineira Merge. Basically, Vira transforms without requiring the Blade of Light to hit, which remember, Blade of Light is that unique action where she has to do the grab. So that's a way for you to get the transformation. But remember, it uses meter. The second Skybound art is Punishment Ray, which requires Vira to be transformed, but it's a beam projectile with invulnerability. Then we go to her Super Skybound arts. Her first Super Skybound art is Affection Abyss, a invulnerable strike. If it hits close, Vira launches the opponent and you get to see the animation. Finally, her second Super Skybound art is Iliad Vision, which again, this one is an invulnerable strike, needs to hit close to start the animation. Overall, looking at her kit, I'm really liking what I'm seeing with Vira, especially once she acquires her transformation. It seems she becomes like a different character, as not just her regular move kit changes, but she gets access to a whole new set of tools, from attacks to even movement. But we still have to wait because we haven't tried her, so at the same time I don't feel I can technically say that like her regular version feels incomplete or that she needs her transformation in order for her to be a complete character. Like, I feel we need to play her in order to judge that. We have to see. Maybe, it's not that way. Maybe once she transforms, she just gets more tools to do damage. Because remember, without her transformation, you don't have access to that Skybound art, which is the Punishment Ray. I don't know, just some thoughts to think about. I think she will be a very fun character to learn once she comes out, and it feels a lot of people are looking forward to her. So guys, what are your thoughts on Vira? Feel free to leave them down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.